Hello, look what I just got my hands on. The Lost Ruins of Arnak, the Missing Expedition expansion. I'm very excited for this. I love this game. This is one of those games where it came out around the same time as Dune Imperium, and there was a whole lot of, hoopla on the Board Game Geek website for it. Was what was the better deck builder worker placement combo game and everything, and I was leaning towards Arnak, and a friend of mine was leaning towards Dune. He bought Dune, and it was all I could think about for 2 months, and then I didn't see him again, and I finally had to just break down and buy Dune myself, and Arnak, and I got both. And turns out they're both fantastic games and play completely differently, and you should absolutely own them both. All right, so what do we have here in this? 2 new leaders, 2 new temples to explore. New assistants, guardians, archaeological sites, idols, and more. 21 handy items and 13 mysterious artifacts. And the campaign is in here. 56 encounter cards, also usable in standard multiplayer games, and much more, it says. He has a whole mess of tokens and whatnot down here, so let's see what's in here. Now, didn't they put this out for free? Couldn't you download like a PDF and get all of the components for free to do the expansion, the solo campaign? I feel like that was a thing that I just never did, because the only time I've actually not played this solo, I've only played it with... Mostly it's just 2 of us, but every now and again, like maybe 3 or 4 times, I think we've had 3 or 4 people here. So look at this. Red dudes, the best color there is. I chose correctly then, I guess, picking the background color for this. All right, okay. I don't have any idea what's going on here. These are those little insert middle things, like for a dial. So we'll see that. There's some red meeples. All right, 4 of those. Read this first. Uh-oh. I don't know if I want to. Look at this. Starting leaders card. Oh, this deck is, your deck is ready for the campaign. Content can be revealed chapter by chapter as you play through the 6-chapter story for solo or 2-player cooperative play, but it's also okay to just mix the new cards into the old decks and start playing a standard game. Details are in the other rulebook on page 2. Ooh, so, I don't know how I wonder if they're like labeled or something, because I absolutely do not want to A, mess this up if there's no way to fix it, and B, throw out spoilers on accident in case you are sensitive to such a thing. So this is where having the memory of a celery stick pays off. I can't remember. So let's see here. So yeah, I don't really want to flip these over. There's all kinds of new backgrounds on these cards. So how's about we do this? This is a chunk of cards too. How about we do this? We're going to set these aside for now. We're going to take a look at this. Look at this campaign book. I swear you could download something like this. Oh my. This is no joke. Why is this so big? Why is this so thick? Solo or 2-player, encounter cards, achievements, story paths, starting the campaign, Chapter 1. Chapter 1 encounter cards. So they all have different backs on them, maybe? Maybe this is easy to do. It says, it doesn't say how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I'm an idiot. It says 10 Chapter 1 encounter cards. Oh, maybe they're all different backs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then whatever this is. Maybe these are to do with something. Oh, no. That's something else entirely. Okay, so maybe they are pretty easy because of the backgrounds. Maybe they would be okay. Chapter 1, setup and rules. Into the Jungle. Guardians of the Air. This is super neat. Would you think that oh, how funny. I almost just threw this perfectly right over the logo. Let's do that. Let's make it look like I did it on purpose. Guardians of the Air, Betrayal, Through the Jungle. There's a whole story here, Chapter 2. And yeah, look at that. 10 Chapter 2 encounter cards. Chapter 2 overview card. That's these gold ones here. Okay, that's those. That must be, oh yeah, solo and 2-player. I see. 1 random assistant from this expansion, 2 in a 2-player game. There's some new gear. Wow, Chapter 2 setup and rules, abandoned items. Okay, so there's a whole little storyline thing here. Look at that. Chapter 3, yeah, it's a different background yet again. The Tunnels of Terror, Chapter 4. There's going to be no way to not spoil some of this. I'm reading out the titles, and we're seeing some of this stuff as we go here. Rescue the Professor, Adjustments, Chapter 4 goals, Chapter 5's, Chapter 6. Chapter 6 setup and rules. Achievements. Look at that. Variants. End of Chapter 6. Standalone chapter variant. Co-op difficult. Hidden story text. Oh, wow. You might not want to see this. I'm gonna zip. Wow. 41, 42, 46. So I didn't catch all of that. But that's, hopefully I didn't spoil anything if you weren't looking for spoilers. But here we go. Plot lines, rewards, items, and artifacts on the bottom of that. Let's see. Interesting. Oh, yeah, I've got a gnarly glare going on here now. As happens. Look at that here. Okay, each chapter is broken into... Okay, so this should be fairly easy to recreate the deck, but I'm not so sure that I just want to go through it and start spoiling things. That's not always a ton of fun. Here looks like an advertisement. Do I own any of these? I do have Galaxy Trucker. I bought that because... I don't know. It's something that will never get played with me in my group. That much I am certain of. I love CGE, by the way. I really, truly do. Their stuff always feels so good. Their cardboard always feels fantastic. I don't know what that is. Also, they have a press site, which is amazing. So you can get gorgeous graphics that you can use. And they're just like, here, you don't want to screw around and download them individually? Here's a zip file with all of them on there. Brilliant. Why other companies can't do that, I'll never figure it out, because it makes everything look so nice. Where do you think that beautiful picture came from I had here, like for the thumbnail and like when I'm about to bounce here, it came from their site. All of the graphics did anyway. So this is just the book. Read this book first. The rule book tells you everything you need to know about the Missing Expedition expansion for Lost Ruins of Arnak. The other book is a campaign book, which is intended to be read chapter by chapter as you play through the story. Okay, yeah. So we saw the graphics in the beginning. It's these two people here. Does that say mechanic and journalist? This guy's got a book, pencil behind his ear. He's got, it looks like a press... Something in his cap. Oh, I think it does say press in his cap. I think it does. How funny. And then the mechanic here, I assume, has this little monkey. Okay, as like maybe a cool little pet or something. There's probably a token for it in here. Oh yeah, here we go. See, Rusty. The monkey's name is Rusty. I love it. That's awesome. Okay, all right. Oh yeah, they have their own special tokens. Just like oh god, what's the other expansion? Expedition leaders. I have that as well. And you get it was a game changer. The game is really good just by itself, like just the base game. Like if you have just Lost Ruins of Arnak, it's really good. But it was really cool to add in, like, I think there's 6 different people or something. I can't remember now. And they all have all of their own, like they have starting decks. Oh yeah, don't they have? Oh, it must be on this pile of cards here somewhere. I don't have any promos for this game. Expedition Leaders. Yeah, this one right here. This expansion is fantastic. It is, look at that, an 8.7, and it really added to the game. It really did. 8.1, 8.7, 8.8. Clearly, this game just keeps getting better and better. I mean, I really enjoyed it, and it is one of those games where, I sat down and I remember reading the book, and it's one of those games where you start to get excited when you're reading it because you're like, oh, I see how all this works, and then you sit down and it's brain lock. I can't do but 3 things on an entire round, and the game is like 6 rounds. How am I going to make anything happen? And yet somehow by round 6, your turn takes forever because you're like, I can do 18 things because I'm amazing, right? It's such a good game. It is such a good game. So here is a little bit on the mechanic, adding a gold widget. Ooh, I'm going to have to figure this out really soon and play this. My wife and I really enjoy playing this together. The Waterfall Temple. Did I somehow skip the journalist? I did. It opens right up to... Oh, that she's in the middle. Right, that's why. Okay, it just kind of flipped open there. So articles, newspaper. Oh, that's super cool. Look at that. Oh, this is exciting. Yeah. See, down there it says starting cards. I must have just missed them. They must be either these very top cards. Yeah. It's the starting cards here. So we can spoil those. I'm not too into digging through all that just yet. But like, yeah, here's teamwork. If you can get a third dude. A third helper guy? I can't remember what they're called now. There we go. They're like interns, but not. All right, so there's whatever that is. Oh, you have 2 of those for your starting hand. Okay. And then here the journalist has interview. Look at the assistant. That's the word I was looking for. All right. Reporting. I love the little bits in this game, too. Notice I didn't bring it out here to show because it is a massive box. and I would have never gotten everything back in there. I already don't know how this expansion is going to get back into that main box. It might have to live in this box, or at least like the campaign half of it, and maybe I can just fold some of this stuff into the main box so that when I play, just like a regular game, we can use all the bits except for maybe some of the cards. The waterfall tip. We're going to take a look at this in a second here. The temple, notes on specific cards. Oh, I don't know if I want to mess with that just yet here. Okay, we've got some stuff. Why do we have 4 little red dudes there? I'm not sure. Yeah, there's a gang of cards here. There's a ton, and they're beautiful artwork. I like this game so much. Okay, so this looks like a campaign sheet, right? Because there's 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you can see that, that's what that looks like. And there's a fair amount of them in there, so that's always nice. More than anybody would probably ever actually use. That's not going to stop some of us weirdos from laminating 1 or 2 of them anyway, because of course they need to exist long after we are gone from the planet. So a couple of bags. Another bag. Oh yes, a nice little player aid sheet. I love it. Each character, each leader has their own sheet, right? So this is the one for the mechanic, and then additionally, on top of that, on the back of it, it always shows the new stuff. And you get these in the other expansion as well for all the new guys. It's really great because you have the original game, the base game has its own little sheet that tells you all the little things about it, and then you can add the new ones to it. Oh, that's right. That's what the wheel is. It's going to be your gear. Oh, that's freaky. These are together. So, I knew that was going to happen. All right, so here's that minus the one that we dropped here. Oh, that's super cool. I really like the theme of this game so much. That was one of the reasons, like, at first I was like, well, I'm not, I don't know anything about Dune. I'm sorry. It's just one of those weaknesses. It's just a hole in my knowledge. It just happened. Have I told this story before? I don't think so. So when I was a kid, I was over at my friend's house. We used to play Dungeons & Dragons 2nd edition with, and we were going to, we had time to kill. And I remember we were on, it was cable TV, and he said, hey, what do you want to watch? We've got some time to kill before everybody else comes over. Do you want to watch Sneakers or Dune? And I think he had Dune on, and it was like, oh my God, this looks awful. Like, the effects are just so bad. And so I was like, let's watch. And of course, me, I was, super into computers and stuff. 14, 15-year-old me didn't know that I would spend 20 years of my life doing computer repair. But I was like, let's watch Sneakers. And then I fell in love with the movie Sneakers, and I've seen it a billion times. So look at this. This is really cool. Oh man, I don't know how all this is going to fit into, it's not. I think just the end of the story here is it's not. Here's a little newspaper article bits. That's neat. This fell out, whatever. Oh, what is this? This is clearly for the side of the temple, right? But there's 2 different sides, and this side is all blue, like it might be for water, and this side is not. So, I'm not sure. Did they just skinny this up for some reason? No, because it's all here too. However, I have absolutely no idea what this is for. I wonder if this is for the base game board temple, to change it for the, because look, there's different cards on here. To change it for the, oh, wicked. Yeah, there's different icons on here. Those are new. I don't have any idea what those are. Interesting. One thing I do hate, though, is folding cardboard. It always feels like it's going to break, after X number of folds. All right, there's that. Here, I can't, there's no way to, here. Because when you play it, you're going to be playing it like this. I already forgot what this one was called. It was in the book. The other one was Waterfall. That's all I remember. All right, and what do we got here? This is cool. I can't remember what it's called. Yeah, this one is Waterfall, obviously. Oh, I've buried the book. Now I've forgotten it, but you'll remember. That's beautiful. I can't put it down here because it's all green. You kind of see through it. Now, what do we have now? 6 different temples to go through, which is pretty cool. And it doesn't seem like they would be such a big deal. You're like, whatever, it's a track where you score points. But yet, each one is just different enough where it completely changes what you're doing. So It's good. Like it is a very welcome addition to Lost Ruins of Arnak, but it is nowhere near as good as the expedition leaders themselves. They really changed things up. This one broke this part of it. So here's I don't know what these weird shapes are. These are new. Okay. There we go. Do I see Rusty anywhere on here? Is there a little monkey somewhere? Or is he only on her board? Oh, I was hoping there'd be like a little token for him. Ooh, but look at that. Who gets the bird? I don't see the bird anywhere. Oh, wow. Neato. Of course, did they add them to this? They did. They added them to the artwork on the back. Nice. Okay, cool. The expedition leaders have, right? Like everybody but those, if I recall. So there's the mechanics board. That's wicked cool, though, that you're going to be spinning that thing around. That's neat. All right. There we go. That's it. Lost Ruins of Arnak, the missing expedition. All kinds of goodies. And then there's I don't know, should I flip through some of these cards? Maybe if you don't want to see some of these cards, maybe you just stop now and we flip through them and we're going to go just backwards through them, right? Maybe we'll just look at a few of some of these things here. Maybe not some of the campaign stuff. It looks like they're very wordy, whatever they are. There's lots, and I don't even want to spoil myself for all that, whatever that is. But some of the artifacts, maybe we'll go through. Here's magnetic ore, right? So there's some, there's too many cards to go through here. Forget it. But there's lots of, all these story ones. It looks like they have choices, and who knows, maybe that's if you've done this, then you can do that, or maybe you get a choice of some sort. There's some pretty cool stuff here, though. Improvised weapon, look at that. That's trash 2 cards or exile this. Well, exile they use is the word. Exile this card to gain a arrowhead, which are so hard to come by the way. All right, yeah. Oh wow, lots. All right, gotta get these sleeved. They're not slippery enough. A saddle, a radio transceiver, notes on Guardians, Professor Kutil's diary, an owl idol, soda pop, some Nuka-Cola, a repaired plane. And then that's the starting cards. Yeah, all kinds of good stuff in this. And it wasn't very expensive, and you get so much game in just the base game. But I'm telling you, the expansions, the other one, the Expedition Leaders is a must own, and I've got a feeling that this is going to feel the same way. This one might actually just feel like an expansion to what you should have, right? Because the other one feels like it's so good having all the Expedition Leaders in there. So 2 more of them in here. A 6-chapter campaign for 1 or 2 players. I always like more cards, right? I like more items, and more artifacts are always good. And of course, 2 more temples is pretty sweet too. Pretty excited to try out these new people. So that was Lost Ruins of Arnak, the Missing Expedition expansion. I can't wait to get this to the table.